Good morning, guys. So today I thought I would give myself a bit of a challenge. Process of ordering a new fight stick because my old one broke. It's a really old one that I used to have. Buttons, things. That was my first fight stick ever, and I still keep it just to remember to never make that purchase again. So I'm playing on pad right now. Playing on. I thought I'd take a challenge because a lot of people saying, "Oh, I don't have a controller and I'm on PC." Is it possible to, use a keyboard to play fighting games? So I thought I would just do a bit of a tutorial on how I would go about doing that, and then we're gonna test and see if you actually can. I'm gonna try and go through Ryu's trials in Street Fighter V, which is like the most basic thing I could think of. Like, oh, if you do this, you can probably do anything. So here's the thing you want to do first. Regardless of how you set your board up, you want to make sure that your left hand is movement and your right hand is your attack buttons. That is probably the most important part. I know there's some people who are like, oh yeah, my right hand's arrow keys and ASD, ZXC is my buttons or whatever. But you want to make sure, because in every other, I don't know why, I'm pretty sure the default settings are arrow keys on PC. I don't know why, but every other kind of type medium we use, your left hand is going to be what's going to move your character, and your right hand is going to its attacks. So just get used to it, just in case. And if you ever switch over to a mix box, which is a half arcade, half, at least that way you'll, let's just get into the game here. So I have mine on WASD, and then I have a number pad on my side. 4, 5, 6 are my punch buttons. 1, 2, 3 are the buttons. I don't know. Kinda be here. I'm gonna be doing most of my controlling. Yeah, I will also putting turn the alright, so now that we got that in order, I'm going to turn on my key display. So another thing too which you'll notice is you need a restart button. I don't know exactly what it is. It's one of the sticks. Right stick. So if you're going to trial, you want to map this to something. I set it to M because I don't think you can do the buttons. I tried and it didn't work for me, so I don't know. Take this with a grain of salt if that's the case. Alright, so first we got target combo, which is probably the easiest thing to do. So jumping into target combo. Okay, so this is gonna get a little bit used to. This is heavy kick. Okay. Alright, perfectly done. That one's pretty easy. I just kind of mashed it out. You can see in my key display. So, yeah. Easy. This is kind of a plank technique. Hard because, look, sometimes I'll get the full quarter circle, sometimes I'll get, but if I do it correctly, I should be able to get the quarter circle most of the time. Alright. That one was probably the hardest. This one's really easy. So this is just 5 to... Easy to execute. It's hard to actually, like... It's a timing thing. I'm doing raw execution. Oh, okay. Cool. So, one thing that I notice, especially when it comes to new players that are trying to do these inputs, is one thing you really want to make sure of is when you're pressing your attack button. Here's the problem when it comes to a lot of players who are starting out and they're doing fighting games. They will do, so when I say do Hadoken, right? That's kick, right? When I say do a Hadoken, I show them the motions of down, down, forward, forward, punch. So all I'm thinking is just like, okay, try and get the down, try and get the forward, and try and let your brain correct in the middle and make sure motion. And if you were to slow down my keyboard inputs, it would look like down, down forward at the same time, and then I'm letting go of down, and then holding forward. And I'm doing it really fast. So that's kind of what that looks like, and you get used to it eventually. It looks kind of like a like that kind of motion. Like I would just kind of do this in the air, figure it out. But yeah, if you're doing a Hadoken, the issue is people would often go punch and then do it, this, or they'll do like down forward. They're doing it too late. Usually the game will usually correct it if I like. I'll try it. Might not fully correct, so not, you know. But you want to make sure you're pressing the punch button. It's good to press it later, but early. So make sure that's something that you're trying to get it out late. Usually what I would do is I would do it extremely. I would do first over motion fast and do the punch button slower, and then slowly bring the time down till you get it. So I go. I kind of. Alright, so now we're on to the next one. Be interesting. The only issue is I have to kind of use my middle finger to pivot here. So let's try. Alright. That's having issues coming out. Yeah, and then I get into the issue where when I'm mashing Shoryuken, that's kind of hard to do on PC. Pretty sure with hitbox it's a little easier because you have access to your thumb button. If I was doing this correctly, I should do ASD and spacebar. But I'm being stupid, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it how most people do it without using spacebar, because yay me. There we go. So it's kind of, I've mashed out the medium Shoryuken. This is going to be the hardest part, because I have trouble doing this on pad sometimes. So it's easy for me. It's a time. This is a timing thing, because if you do this, if you just kind of mash it, you're gonna get the last step by accident. This is definitely possible on keyboard. I'll do that. Keyboard, this is going to suck because I have a travel distance on my keyboard, which means I have to mess up my timing. But it is technically possible. Holding down probably shouldn't be. Very important to check your key display when you're trying to figure out the stuff, so you can try and look for something wrong. I have 2 down registered. Yeah. Another thing, if you're getting to this point, you're like, how are you doing Shoryukens on keyboard? I'm literally just doing a fireball motion, but I'm pressing forward before I do the fireball motion. So I go forward. So if you notice my character, this is what a forward quarter circle looks like. Kind of inching forward, it looks like. It looks like I'm just kind of like crouching and uncrouching. So for Shoryuken, it looks like. So it's just a little bit of movement and then that. So it looks like a very slow wave dash if you're used to melee. And I'm just going to move forward. Yeah, so that on keyboard. 9. I don't think I have 10 done, honestly, because I think I gave up around that point. Oh, it's standing and jumping. It's a very slow activation time. Okay, so things that I'm noticing already is it's really annoying to have a middle finger going up and down. I definitely understand the hitbox now, because that makes it significantly easier. I think it's just ergonomically better. Another thing I'm noticing, I think this might have been my issue. No, I don't know how you go about doing that. But One thing also that I'm noticing, kind of used to, is this might be just a me thing, but with a arcade stick, you have, hold on. An arcade stick, one thing that you notice is, yeah, there's 8 buttons, but the thing is that the layout is what's kind of important about the fights. I gotta kind of angle myself like this. Okay. So if you notice your hand, for most people, your board is treating my hand like it's all the same length. So I'm kind of like bending my fingers like this to do the inputs. It's awkward for my middle finger, and I'm kind of stretching my ring finger out. This, I could typically just play it however I want, and it will kind of hold over the buttons in a good shape. So that's the only issue with PC. But otherwise, can you play Street Fighter V with or yes, you can. It sucks. I think personally, I don't enjoy it. I would also suggest messing around with your control scheme if you are playing on keyboard. I would definitely look into not using the arrow keys. I would definitely look into using WASD, but not using W and using the spacebar instead. That is probably the best way to go. I would look up a hitbox, and I would try to mimic that as much as possible. Yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.